Boop, 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 boop. Hey there, Noodles. Hope y'all are having a good day. Lag spike time, insinuating. Okay, never mind. It went away, hopefully. Alright. There's always a lag spike when I jump into Minecraft when I initially start recording, and I never remember to hit the record button before I start talking so it can, like, go by. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of proof that, like, I record these live. I don't, like, usually voiceover. I've done a voiceover once or twice, and I think it's not been Minecraft. I can't say that for a fact, but I don't know why I just put that with the food. That was a little silly of me. I am going to take a break right at the beginning of this video. Psych! I'll do it here in a couple minutes, and I'm gonna drink some electrolyte. But, dude, I'm so dehydrated today. Partially because I'm dumb and I forget to drink water. Second of all, I'm also dumb and forget to drink water. Third of all, the main reason, I've just been working my butt off. Excuse my throat. I need to cook some potatoes for my throat here. But yeah, I've been working my butt off at my job recently. And not to impress anyone, just because honestly, it helps pass the time way quicker. And I enjoy it, man. I actually enjoy the job, and I want to enjoy what I do with my life, even if it's like silly and not really beneficial to me besides the money. At least it entertains my brain for 8 hours instead of doing a job where uh, I absolutely despise it and don't want to wake up every morning. Like, I actually enjoy waking up every morning and biking to work. It's fun. I've gotten so used to it that, like, I've tricked my brain into enjoying it, if that makes sense. I think it's. Which one is the one that I want? I forgot. Um, it's this one. This one's deep slate tile slab. Okay, cool. Dude, can you stop pushing me into the wall? Thank you. Yeah, all of those. Anyways, so what I was trying to say was the fact that I've been working my butt off this whole past week, if not 2 weeks. It's been a really tiring week for me, and that's okay. I'm not complaining. I am a little bit, I guess you could say, but uh, don't we all? This dude will not leave in here ever since I put down the cutter in here, so I'm thinking this is needing to go because he needs to come with me. And since I'm not going to use the stone cutter every day, I'm going to put this over here. And you can live in here, Mr. Stonecutter, because I don't want you in my inventory system right now. Okay, come on over here, please. Thank you. Anyways, continuing what I was saying, I've been working my butt off at work. I work at a warehouse. Use like high loads and forklifts and other machinery, other PIV and stuff like that. And I actually do enjoy it. I have really didn't I wouldn't say I didn't love it when I first started working. It made me nervous, if anything, gave me anxiety because I've never had a job where I've had to show up and perform right away with like from the beginning of the 8 hour day to the end of the 8 hour day. I have to be ready to go to drive a machine at any point. I can't be too tired. I can't be, I don't know, so many slew of things. At least I have the feeling of that, especially someone extreme anxiety, like I have the feeling of, oh, I have to perform 100% at all times. And when I don't, I get anxiety attacks, or I get, I don't know, I wouldn't call them anxiety attacks really. I don't know how to describe it. I don't, it would be more of an anxious, but, uh, I guess it is an anxiety attack because of the way I respond to it, which is I just kind of try to ignore it, which usually doesn't work, and then I get frustrated or something over something very simple. At work today, I got a little frustrated because we were late with our orders today. It's not the end of the world, okay? But I enjoy doing my job to the point where like I like being on time. And if I'm on time, then I get to go on my lunch on time. And I was a little upset I didn't get to go on my lunch on time today because I had to do orders last minute. And well, the orders weren't last minute. I knew they were there, but I was done with mine way ahead of time. And my supervisor was not. He was running behind like usual. He's a little bit slower on the picking. Even though he's accurate, he is slow, I would say. He is not the quickest picker for our warehouse, and it frustrated me because I had to load all the vehicles, the vans, in the box trucks by myself. And I'm fully capable of doing all that, but it really should be the supervisor's job to check over everything and put it into the vehicles to make sure we have everything in the right order. It shouldn't be my responsibility to make sure, hey, everything's going to the right van. Like I'm a picker packer. I'm not the supervisor that's making sure everyone's getting paid. The charges, the people's credit cards for their orders are getting charged properly. I'm not the one coordinating vehicles and backing them up, which he can do. Uh, since he was a previous driver, like there's so many things that like roles that he can fill that way better than me. I would say, even though the role is a very easy one that I definitely could fill if needed, and I have, without getting paid for that role or even having it officially for like about 6 months. I was definitely, I felt, I guess this is just my opinion. I was taking the position of a supervisor without getting paid for it because, it was kind of just expected by the people that were left over after all the layoffs that I would get the position because I was the most capable of it. I was training people. I trained half the people that got let go, unfortunately. It was a George Lopez situation. It felt like almost, if you get that reference, let me know in the comments below. Uh, but like, yeah, it it was kind of a shitty situation today. But I definitely could have reacted better, I would say. But after lunch, I got a talking to by my supervisor, and he said I was gonna have to have a talking to with another manager. And then he was like, after our conversation was over, he was like, actually, we don't have to go through with this. I'll just let him know we had a good talk and we figured it out. Because I just was straight and honest with him, and I think it kind of shocked him because at first he was like, this isn't you, and he was saying that because he had never seen me be bold and I don't know, feisty before and just straight up mean in certain ways. I wasn't mean, but I was very frank. Like, this is just a job, man. Tomorrow we could come in and we could all get fired. You do not remember what happened 6 months ago when half of our coworkers got fired, right? But now my supervisor, he's been with the company a little bit longer. Sorry about that. My recording stopped. I was just checking to make sure it was not stopping again, but it stopped because I ran out of storage space, so I need to empty some and dump some onto a hard drive here soon. Uh, where was I talking? I don't know. But what happened today was I got in trouble. Nothing really happened. I didn't get a write up or nothing. I just got a little talking to for about 15 minutes to make sure I was okay and that I wasn't too upset and that I shouldn't get upset and throw cases of uh, product onto loading vans quickly or as quickly as I did because, it could damage the product and, you know, I was a bad boy because, I was upset that my supervisor, I felt, was being a lazy piece of shit. He pre-picked the orders and we were somehow still late on them, but when he pre-picked them, he never told me that, hey, he gave me specifically certain order, like, we have like two different orders, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one because, I pre-picked it, and he handed it to me, and that was, he gave me the one he pre-picked, and I didn't know that until I was done picking the entire order. So by pre-picked, I mean like we drive machines down long aisles and grab pallets of items, and he had done that. When you do it digitally, like when the order goes through, you have a scanner and you like that one video game, that one where you have the cat I'll have to play the game. I think I have the demo or maybe even the full game. It's like 13 floors something. It's like Warehouse 13. I don't fucking know. There's a game I'm talking about. I'm losing track of what I'm talking about. But basically, you're running. If you've ever worked a warehouse, you know what I'm saying. You're picking and packing orders. But when you do it, and someone sees a massive order come in, they're like, "Oh, hey, I don't know if we have any all of this product. Let me go count it and make sure." Oh, they count it. They pull it off the shelf anyways, just so no customers can buy it because our store is also a retail store. It's a warehouse retail. Um, then yeah, it's kind of dumb, in my opinion, when that happens, and then the supervisor who pre-picked all of that, he didn't tell you where he put it. He didn't tell you that your orders were the ones he pre-picked. He told like directions were not clear. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? And then I got the brunt of it because I had to load all of the product by myself because confusion happened and there were delays. So as you can see, it was just a normal shit show, and I'm like, dude, we've been here for 8 months. We should have this down. Today should have been an easy day, but it wasn't because things were complicated by pre-picking, which is something this supervisor has sworn by. Excuse my clearing in my throat. Because that's how they did it in Memphis, where he used to work. And I'm like, okay, cool, man, but this ain't Memphis. So it's like, all right, but I'm not gonna get into all of it. But at the same time, bro, come on, man. I just feel people nowadays, especially in retail, they're just like losing their marbles, and it's not good. It's like no bueno, man. Because like the people I'm working around, man, they're really difficult to work around. I'm not gonna lie. Today made me really consider if I really, really want to work this job for the long run. And I think the answer is no. Maybe on the more on the warehouse side I'd fit in, but not in the retail side. So do know they have some distributors, so I'm considering looking into potentially transferring to a different part of the company. But we'll see what I end up doing if I even stick with this company, because I've seen some things already that it makes me just go, bleh, you guys don't treat people well. You're no better than Walmart. Um, So, anyways, getting back to today, yeah, I got in a little trouble, got my hand slapped, and oh no, no write up, no nothing. I think I felt like I got called into the principal's office today. I got called into the principal's office at work today. That's how it felt. Got talked to, being like, hey, you need to not do this now. If empty threats. We're gonna do something if you don't. And it's just like, okay, like, man, I wouldn't have done what I did if the actual procedure had been followed. So, but I have no standing in. The only thing I was told was basically by my supervisor was, "Hey, I took this position because now I wanted to have a say in things in this company. I know it's not a lot of say, but at least it's a little bit." And he's like, "So, like I want to just lead you in a way where you can do the same." And I'm like, "So you want me to conform to whatever a company wants me to do and say, and just be their little robot just for a little bit of time, just so I can become just like you when I'm 54 years old and wanting to retire in 10 years?" Bruh, no. That's not how my life's gonna go. And if it does go that way, I'm sorry, future Noodle. That's gonna be a sad life. But that's not the plan. Um, the plan is to do something, literally anything other than work retail the rest of my life. This is just a stepping stone because it's near where I live and easy to get to. And recently, my roommate started biking almost 3 miles to work, and I realized, it's really not that bad to go a little farther. I need to look outside of my like my quarter-mile radius I'm currently in of my work, and I need to find somewhere I actually want to work in the city so that I can make working in the city fun for myself. Again, if that makes sense. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to really say besides, yeah, I got in trouble at work, guys, and oh no, I guess I'm hopefully don't get called into the principal's office tomorrow again and get talked to by manager and be like, hey, so, you had these, I don't know, last week I already had a mispick, so they took away my incentive. That really motivates me for this week to really, really work hard, just in case on a Friday or my Friday when I'm really tired, I accidentally do a mispick, just in case I do that, I got, that's what, I'm just describing what happened. I was just really tired one day and I didn't thoroughly think of what I was doing when I was picking someone's order and I picked the wrong item. And it's okay. It happens. It's humans. It's only happened like once every 1,000, I think, for me. So every 1,000 different items I grab one wrong one, which is actually isn't bad for the overall uh compared to everyone else in the company. My other warehouse, I went 40,000 without one mispick. So I guess I'm really good at remembering items and numbers and matching things and stuff. So I guess I need to capitalize on that somehow magically. But besides that, like yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow and I'll probably fill you guys in on my crazy retail fun good old times, because that's what we're living in right now. Just fun good old retail times. Anyways, guys, I hope you all had a good day. I hope you had a better day than me. And if you can, avoid all retail stores and environments and jobs at all costs, unless they pay really well. Temporarily use them to get a new car. And then move on with your life before you become sucked into that little messy type of way of living. Because it's just, you, man. Retail isn't fun. And it never could be or will be. And anyone that says otherwise, I'm sorry, but you're just you got to go work at some more. You got to go work the labor-intensive retail jobs, and then you come back and tell me that they're fun. Because I think that just might change your mind. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. I'm gonna keep chopping this dirt and making these paths. It may look a little chaotic right now, and I hope it does, because it is supposed to look a little chaotic. Because I want this path to be chaotically fun, just like my life. But that is the end for this video. I'm gonna go drink some more electrolyte and dig up some more dirt. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all the fun stuff below if you want. And if you don't, get on out of here. What you doing? Go watch the next video. Whoa, that was thunder. You hear that in the background? I'm gonna go watch a thunderstorm. Let's go. Hey there. As I was about to upload or edit this video, I was thinking, I was like, I guess there is another thing I wanted to add to the silly story from today. And part of the reason I got in trouble was I had my set of orders, about I think 5 or 6. It really wasn't much. It was a very small amount today. Should have been an easy, simple day if communication was done right. And I had all of my orders, all 3 pallets, put into the other box truck, and all my stuff done. I don't know why I'm talking about this still. It's like I'm defending myself like in a court of law. But I guess I felt like I was put into the principal office, so I kind of want to make a mockery of it. So I'm kind of like sitting here like, hey, but I'm just crying online, and that's okay because you know what? That's what I want to do. I want to cry online because I deserve to cry and go wah 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 sometimes. Nah, but no. Reality is, yeah, I got in trouble today. I don't know what the in trouble meant and what that is going to mean for tomorrow when my manager shows up. Maybe I'll get reported or get written up or something. But, like, bruh, the main reason that I think my supervisor was mad was because I saw an opportunity to jump on something else that needed to be done but wasn't very pertinent. We had a vendor came in and he wanted to be received, and he had been sitting there for half an hour and was getting a little annoyed that we were taking so long. And I loaded all my stuff and I was like, oh, I did half of the orders. I did half of the work exactly. I am not going to do a little bit, any bit more unless I'm asked. I'm going to go do the next task, which is receive this vendor in. And as I was receiving the bimbo order in, uh, my supervisor proceeded to not say a word to me and just load the van. I thought it was all cool. I thought he was checking over his orders and stuff, but I guess that was part of the issue. Um, that I forgot to mention previously because it just slipped my mind. That was one of the first things he brought up was the fact that I didn't help him with his orders. And I was like, man, you're the supervisor. I do orders and don't get help fulfilling them almost every goddamn day. What the actual F and fucking shit, bro? Like, are you dumb in the head? Like, you're a supervisor, you should be able to manage this on your own, buddy. But it's just like, I'm sorry, that was a little rude. I do apologize. But like, do you get what I'm trying to say, man? I'm just like, bro here, bro. Uh, uh, uh. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, this is your job is to do that exactly. Is to take care of your own orders. So I don't have to, as a non-supervisor, have to cover for you like I have been for months. Anyways, yeah, it was a, that's I think that's what really pissed me off was the fact that I knew he was expecting me to help him with orders, and considering the fact that I didn't do it because I knew there was something else that needed to be done or could be done, and he could put in the extra work, and do the extra heavy lifting. He just didn't want to, and I got in trouble because my supervisor didn't want to do what I had just done, which is put in a shit ton of extra work and just go to town and lift up over 2,000 pounds worth of flour and sugar because that's what I loaded the van with, and then him having to load smaller boxes was such an inconvenience that that's what happened. And honestly, I think what it's coming down to is he keeps getting in trouble because we've been late. We were late all last week, and I saw an email that came in that were they like on the work email, one of the work emails, and it was about them talking about, okay, there's gonna be no more 10 a.m. orders, which is part of the reason that what we had an issue today was there was the bimbo order that came in, and I was like, fuck it, I'll receive it. I know how to do that. I've done it for a long time, and it needed to be done, so I was letting my supervisor do it, and or supervisor put the rest of his orders that he had picked in. So it's just like this silly combustion. If you haven't figured it out by now, this is just silly retail drama. Silly retail drama would be a better title for this video. Maybe I'll just call it silly retail drama. Yeah, silly retail drama. That's a good title for this video. So if you're watching this video and it's named silly retail title, you got the good title, I guess. What the hell are we doing here? Okay, so this goes off like that, and then okay, so that. Okay, cool. And then yeah, I just need to fill that in. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go play Minecraft and just forget about this drama and stop talking about it. Thanks for listening. Bye.